Mitchell Case is an Ontario Métis and a community-based historian. He was at the meeting with Pope Francis today and joins me from Rome. Mr. Case, first of all, thanks for taking time to speak with me tonight. I do appreciate it. What was it like to finally be in the room with the Pope and able to hear those three survivors of residential schools share their stories of survival and loss with Pope Francis?
I mean, I think today that was the real powerful point of today was to hear those survivors tell their stories. It has been, such a frustrating experience for so long for Métis to not have their stories told and not have a forum or a venue to tell those stories, and to be there today while Angie and Anne and Emile spoke their truth and their reality to directly to the Holy Father, I think was certainly one of those moments, that I'll never forget, for sure. To see the power of those survivors and the strength of their determination was just very, very moving.
How did Pope Francis respond to what he heard from them?
I mean, I think his response was, I think it was genuine. I think he was really listening, which I think is there's an added language barrier challenge there. But I think he really was listening, and I think he was moved by some of the horrific details of some of those stories, and I then hope that movement translates into action, but time will tell on that.
What did the Pope commit to today? What did you hear from him?
He had a response from our remarks that he made a commitment that he took. I'm trying to remember exactly how he said it, but he took words that we had given to him about hope, healing, and justice, and he took those. And he said that he himself has a personal responsibility for those things, for justice and healing, and that he felt a deep sense of personal responsibility for that. I think I hope then that personal responsibility translates again into action.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I mean, what did you get from him that suggests that he will acknowledge the wrongs of the church, apologize for those wrongs, allow access to all church documents, and compensate those wrongs, and turn over any priests alleged of abuses? That's really what's being asked for here from various Indigenous communities. Do you get the sense that he's prepared to do those things?
I don't know. I'll be very, very honest. I don't know. I want to believe that when the Holy Father said today that he had a sense of sorrow over those things that he had heard, I hope that then means that that they will all of those things you listed, access to records and the ability to prosecute perpetrators and all of those sorts of things. And I don't. There was no, I will be very clear though, there was no commitment in the meeting that would happen. So there is another meeting, the general audience, later this week, and maybe that's where that will happen, or maybe if he comes to Canada, that's where that will happen. But I will say that if the general audience, if the visit to Canada happen, and those things don't happen, that will then. I'm trying to think of a really kind way to say this, but that would not reflect well on the current the state of the Catholic Church, and it would show the idea that maybe things have changed from way back. Maybe they haven't changed at all.
To be clear, Indigenous groups and leaders want the apology when and if it comes to be delivered on Canadian soil. So that it hasn't come in Rome, maybe at this point is not necessarily a setback, because the ask was always to have that delivered in Canada, right? But
no, you're absolutely right.
What did you hear? The Vatican insisted today that it does not hold any documents at the Vatican related to residential schools, that they're all, if the ones that do still exist that haven't been turned over are with religious organizations and community organizations. Are you satisfied that the Vatican doesn't have the documents and is applying enough pressure on those who do to turn them over?
I don't know, but I grew up hearing the Apostles' Prayer that said, "I believe in the one true Holy Catholic Church," and if there is in fact one true Holy Catholic Church, then I don't care about whatever technical they're not technically at the Vatican; they're technically at some other place held by some other entity within the Catholic Church. That is simply not good enough. If those records exist anywhere, and if they are under the control of any institution of the Catholic Church, they should be turned over immediately. And whether that is a technicality that maybe that's a distinction without a difference, that they're held by another entity other than the Vatican itself as the state. I don't know, but I don't. I quite frankly just don't accept that.
All right. Let's see where things go for the rest of the week. But Mr. Case, thanks so much for your time today from Rome. Great to talk to you, and we'll talk again.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much.